Canada's recent imposition of tariffs on American steel and aluminum has disrupted financial markets, prompting major corporations to reevaluate their supply chains. This shift has caused immediate turbulence, affecting stock prices and altering corporate strategies. The backdrop of economic tension between Canada and the United States has culminated in this retaliatory action, highlighting a pattern where Canada initially complies before taking a firm stand against U.S. tariffs. After decades of restraint, this response marks a significant turning point. The U.S. auto industry is currently grappling with a crisis driven by escalating material costs linked to Canadian tariffs on steel and aluminum, which may result in higher car prices and consumer discontent. This upheaval impacts manufacturers and dealerships across the board. In parallel, the retail sector is burdened with increased transportation and logistics costs, which are straining inventory budgets and affecting the economic viability of small businesses and farmers that depend on trade. The political landscape in Washington has devolved into chaos, with lawmakers split on how to effectively tackle these trade tensions. This division has led to emergency meetings and growing public frustration over the rising consumer prices. Tesla, a leader in electric vehicle production, faces particular vulnerability due to tariffs on essential materials. This could instigate significant supply chain disruptions and heighten costs, ultimately influencing vehicle pricing and delivery schedules. The dependence of automotive giants like GM and Ford on Canadian resources illustrates the intricate web of the electric vehicle supply chain and the tangible impact of tariffs. This interdependence could translate to increased costs for consumers. The political consequences of this trade war are noteworthy, as both Republican and Democratic parties encounter internal rifts over tariff strategies. This discord complicates their election campaigns, with the economic aftermath of tariffs significantly swaying voter sentiments. In stark contrast to the political discord in the U.S., Canada exhibits a unified stance against the tariffs, fostering a strong national identity. This solidarity is likely to enhance Canada's leverage in future trade discussions. Canadian businesses are actively promoting local products to encourage consumers to support domestic industries. This initiative underscores the collective importance of keeping economic activity within the country. To further stimulate local manufacturing and economic development, the Canadian government is launching incentives aimed at encouraging companies to utilize Canadian-made materials. Canada's energy exports are critical to the U.S. economy. Restricting these exports could have drastic repercussions on American energy prices and supply chains. Meanwhile, China is pursuing new trade agreements with Canada to secure reliable access to essential raw materials and energy resources. This strategy signals a deliberate effort to reduce reliance on the U.S. European automakers are reassessing their supply chains, increasingly looking toward Asian and Canadian manufacturers to mitigate risks posed by the ongoing trade conflict. This shift could fundamentally reshape the global auto industry. Mexico stands at a crossroads regarding its trade alliances, deliberating the advantages of aligning with Canada against its traditional relationship with the U.S. This decision has the potential to redefine Mexico's economic future amid changing trade dynamics. Canadian officials are exploring tax incentives aimed at attracting automakers, which could result in a shift of production from the U.S. to Canada, further undermining the U.S. auto industry. American consumers are increasingly feeling the pinch of rising car prices and diminished affordability, leading to a noticeable dip in new car purchases. This change in consumer behavior is adversely affecting auto sales across the board. Ultimately, two potential outcomes loom on the horizon: a negotiated truce that stabilizes trade relations, or an escalation of the trade war that could trigger economic upheaval. Both scenarios present significant risks for both nations.